make her dress.
The Elrods are your classic all-American family. Maureen, affectionately known as Mo, a hardworking mom in the corporate world.
That way.
Tommy, a football coach at Wake Forest, where he once played quarterback. On any given day, you'll see them playing with two of their adorable kids.
We have a 4-year-old daughter, Annie, who is just, a little girl, dresses up and plays princess and does ballet.
Tommy's a complete sports nut. I'm not sure where he got that from, but he's a compassionate, caring kid at the same time.
Last summer, they gave birth to their third child, Byron.
We had 2 healthy babies. She had was full term, and we went in, kind of almost haphazardly, just saying, okay, here we go. We'll be back 3 days later. And as the night progressed, no issues at all. And then as we got into the morning time, things started to really ramp up, and there was some concern.
Doctors decided that a C-section was necessary.
Anybody who's gone through that knows it's sort of a scary situation, a very well-controlled situation. So that started off sort of the emotional roller coaster.
And then after Byron was born, there really, was a sense of, wow, he's a big baby. He was the biggest baby that we'd had, and no concern at all. And I would say, as they went over to weigh him, one of the doctors came over to me, grabbed me and said, has anybody said anything about the size of your child's head? And it really didn't look abnormal, but what they thought he had was hydrocephalus. And what they told us was that they would do a quick ultrasound, they would put him up in the NICU and would get back with us, but there was really a sense that this wasn't a huge issue.
As an extra precaution, the Elrods called a family friend, Alex Powers, who was a neurosurgeon. He agreed to come over and check on Byron.
When I walked through the doors of the NICU, I saw Alex, I saw the look in his eyes, I saw the look in the nurse's eyes, I saw a lot of physicians up there, just because it's something that's very uncommon. I wanted to just say, hey, tell me right now, but I knew the right thing to do was to go back over and talk with it all together with Maureen, and I had to sit there for probably, an hour, holding him, and that was tough.
Remember, we were to meet with Alex at 10 o'clock that night, and that's when you came back, and I could see an expression on his face that he knew something was wrong. I'd had a feeling something was wrong because also our pediatrician had visited us earlier that day, and he alluded to something being dramatically wrong.
Byron was born with an ultra-rare P-net brain tumor, and the prognosis was bleak.
Right, a fully developed brain tumor happened in the 3rd term of the pregnancy. I think in the last 30 years, there's 18 documented cases, so extremely rare.
We knew what our goal was, and our goal was just to love him for as long as we had. We never really knew quite how long he would live, whether it would be, days, weeks, a few months. I mean, we didn't think it would be much more than that, but the nurses were great. They let us do as much as we wanted to. We changed his diapers. Our kids gave him a bath one day. So that was really big for Annie and Tommy. The kids would do art projects with Byron. I mean, they did like a hand thing where they could do some hand painting together. So they were really great about letting us bring the children in to let us kind of be a family for as long as we could, where the kids were very much a part of Byron's life.
We got to hold him, and we got to give him a bath, and I got to fist bump him.
Byron lived for 8 days. 8 days on Earth that created a lifelong legacy.
We walked out from exiting the NICU after having our child pass away in our arms to the car. All we talked about was, our goal, our mission was that his life would have, a bigger meaning.
It's kind of like the gift of Byron never stops giving. And I think that's something that Byron's done for us, is he's opened our eyes and made us aware that that bubble we used to live in, that bad things don't happen to us. He's kind of broken that bubble and said, you know what? These sort of things happen to a lot of people, and it's about time that we stand up and start helping.
In the year since Byron's passing, the Elrods are expecting again. Another little brother for little Tommy and Annie.
For Annie and Tommy to have a baby brother, I think is really cool. They're excited, and that was the hard part of Byron, was they wanted to be, a brother and a sister to Byron, and they didn't get the opportunity to do that. And so I think we're thrilled, obviously.
We're we're a different family though now. We're not putting nurseries together. We're not doing anything that would be, presumptuous. We're just counting every day as a blessing that we've had so far.
As the March of Dimes celebrates their 75th year of service, think of what you could do to make a difference.
Think about it. Think about, if something happened to your child, if you were in a circumstance where your child needed medical care, what a blessing it is to give to an organization that supports that. Selfishly, it's when somebody does something that we take it as they've done it in Byron's memory, and that's pretty cool. It certainly helped as we've recovered from his loss.
And it makes us realize that we didn't go through all this in vain. There was a purpose to Byron, and so I think that's been, just a blessing in all of this.